The genie is out of the bottle. Older adults are not going to go back and sit in their apartments. They are going to stay being active civic change agents in their communities.
We can't ignore the demographic shift that's happening in the United States, and that we're going to have over 70 million older adults in our communities over the next couple of decades.
We've got this whole cadre of people who are willing and ready and educated and committed. What a dynamic force.
Older adults, by and large, have a wealth of experience and knowledge that's untapped. That's really what a community foundation should be thinking about. You can't give enough money to a community to solve the problems that we're faced with today.
The dollars are not going to increase, and it really requires funders and communities to adjust the lens and look again at this resource of older adults.
Community foundations are connected to the community differently. We often invite people in. It's not unusual for us to invite people in. When we don't have the answers, we bring in people to help us find the answers.
We were having a lot of people that were 50 plus looking at retiring, and they were coming to the foundation saying, I want to do something different with my life. I want to do something with meaning and with purpose. And we were trying to really figure out how could we harness this energy.
Older adults don't only work on older adult issues. That's not the only thing they're experts on.
Throughout the years, we had done Seniors Helping Seniors. This is seniors helping everybody.
On lots of issues, we're talking about with the Community Experience Partnership, early childhood education, we're looking at homelessness, we're looking at neighborhood improvement.
This kind of engagement model can be used across the spectrum. It can be whatever the issue is in your own community.
These are good examples of how older adults can make change, but this is only the tip of the iceberg.
Community foundations are very good at this, and quite frankly, the return on investment is huge. They could do small innovation grants to just seed projects and see what bubbles up. They could do a summit to get the whole community more engaged.
Community leadership has now been heavily touted throughout the community foundation field. And one of the key goals that we have is to lead significant social change.
I think that this project is changing how seniors are being viewed in certain communities.
I think they felt that older adults were a drain on society and kind of under the radar screen, and we're seeing a huge shift. The community, I think, sees us as a leader, and so now they're calling us and say, I have a project or I have a problem. That's been really exciting to see. The organizations, the government agencies, they're saying we have an issue, and we are finally realizing that we have an untapped resource.
As I look to create something that's sustainable, there's nobody who goes there like the older adults.
It really carved out a niche for us. It also brought a lot of attention to our foundation.
New partnerships, donors, the educational community, the Chamber of Commerce, the government, just people that we never would have thought would be at the table or at the table with us. And it's really established our foundation in a leadership role.
Once you have the buy-in and support of that older community, programs that would fall by the wayside, they will be more successful. And we've seen that happen in our community.
We're now asking the question when we're looking at our grantee proposals, how are you using older adults to help you do this work?
And I announced to an audience of about 100 people, many of whom were over the age of 60, that this partnership was coming into play. The applause was unbelievable.
They identified with the work differently than any other project we've had. And they loved it. It's a good fundraising tool.
We are looking at the older adult in a way that is not just, how can we help you with your estate planning? Well, now we're adding to that by saying, how can we really tap into what you've got going on in terms of your experiences and strongly relate to those audiences so they become more engaged with us.
Foundations aren't simply to be, I don't believe, the place where you come and you get money to do a service. What a foundation really should be is this place where you grow capacity.
This gave us an opportunity to help empower and to help train and to help utilize seniors to help everybody.
To say that you're not doing aging may be true, but to ignore older adults in your community is a disservice to the work you do.
We wanted to start a whole movement around this and see what comes up and see what people can do to change their neighborhood or their networks or their broader community. And so this has been a wonderful way to do it.
While it might be sometimes a little more work figuring out how this new model, this new world we're moving into is going to work, the rewards are great. And will absolutely have a positive, lasting change on your organization.